You well nourished?
I am.
Well, that's funny.
All right.
I hope the Kings are. I hope the Kings are.
We ready to go. We ready to go. Honestly, I'm not
wasting
no time. We're not here to waste no time. So no preview or nothing. We're gonna jump into it. It's your boy G with Alec and Vic yet again, back from the episode. Appreciate the opportunity back in. Excited to talk about more things going on as the NBA playoffs get started. We gave our prediction yesterday and hope y'all tune into that. That video's still uploading it as of right now. So by the time this is out there, y'all should see it and hopefully y'all enjoy that. But yeah, definitely good talk we had yesterday. I enjoyed all of that. Now we're getting into more of our awards. We talked a little bit about all the NBA teams with Alec a couple of days ago. Had our tier list up and all of that and had that finalized. But all the official award finalists for individual awards, MVP, Coach of the Year, and all of that have been announced. So we're going to jump into all of that, give our picks for all those things, and share our own. We made our own, as you guys saw mid-year. We had our own hyperbole type awards, our Trick Y'all MVP, our Fool's Gold Award, all kinds of stuff like that. So we're going to share those picks for you guys as the season has come to a close as well. So great stuff here as always. We'll go ahead and run the intro one more time for you guys, and then we'll jump into it as we do. So good stuff, y'all. Oh, and like, review, subscribe, all that stuff, all that. I forgot. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Appreciate it. All right, so here we are. Not here to waste no time. As we said, as of last night, all the finalists for all the awards have been announced. So we're going to go ahead and go through, kind of breeze through. Honestly, I'm more excited for our awards. So we're going to breeze through the finalists that were announced for the real awards today, and then get onto our things here. So as you see, the MVP pick, 3 top guys for that award have been announced. Giannis, Joel Embiid, and Jokic are the top 3. How you guys see that playing out?
I think all 3 have equal arguments, but I just think it's Embiid's year. I think any guy could be mad they didn't win it. Any guy's going to be deserving of it. They all have the numbers for it. Jokic has the advanced stats in a lot of categories for the advanced stats nerds, but I think Embiid is deserving of it. This is the 3rd year in a row where he could have won MVP. He got hurt by missing too many games one year. And then Jokic had a worse team last year. But I think Embiid is deserving of getting it in this 3rd time. So I'm going to go with Embiid.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When did voter fatigue stop? Because it's all anyone talked about for years with the MVP race. We saw it play out multiple times with LeBron, with I mean,
the main one.
Voter fatigue was the explanation for why a lot of guys didn't win more MVPs or more consecutive MVPs, at least there in the 2000s. And it's Embiid's year. He's been knocking on the door for, the past 3 seasons. I get Jokic, like Alex said, he's an advanced stats darling. He checks all the boxes. He's a fantastic player, but it's time to give Joel Embiid his MVP trophy. He's deserving. It doesn't sit right giving Jokic 3 MVPs, let alone 3 consecutive MVPs. And maybe that's the best. And maybe that's not like the best argument, but let's just be honest. Let's put the cards on the table. It doesn't feel right. It wouldn't sit right with me. And I think voters, like the media finally came around on that and said, Embiid had a great year. It's kind of neck and neck. Let's give it to the guy. That's all I got to say. It's Embiid's award for sure.
As soon as that Spurs video came out where they were running laps around Jokic in the paint and he couldn't do anything, that was the end of it for him, sadly.
Hey, Jokic doesn't – people don't
that
realize that weakness, dude. Jokic doesn't play defense. I mean, doesn't play defense, but, he's not a rim protector. And, he is.
Once things like that start coming into play and all the narratives started being painted, it was a wrap for Jokic. He tried his best to fight against it, but Embiid definitely has ran away with this award. So I agree with that this is his year. Though I also on the other side do understand why Giannis, who said before that he felt he could have been MVP the past 5 years, and very well his argument this year strongly as well. So if it goes either one of those two, I'm totally fine. But I think Jokic, his time now has passed, sadly. So that's it for them. And we'll see how that plays out going forward. Next up there, we'll go ahead and jump to what's next. We'll have 6th man of the year. We'll do that.
Yeah.
You guys have 6th man of the year playing out.
Yeah. I got Emmanuel quickly. I think the main gripe I'm hearing from most people is that a lot of his production has come, his best production has come when he's in the starting lineup. And I don't really feel like that's a legitimate gripe, because what do you want your 6th man to do? You want him to step in if the point guard gets hurt. Like if that 5th starter like gets hurt, you want him to be that 6th man that is gonna step into the lineup and produce for you. And he's been great for the Knicks all year. Has been a spark plug for them. Honestly, probably could be a starter like on some other teams. I feel I think he's good enough to be that. I think Brogdon is great in his own right. Has been steady for the Celtics, and Bobby Portis as well too. But I'm giving the nod to quickly.
I do like that, and I fully understand what you're saying about him stepping up in absence of Jalen Brunson, who was out for a while. And it hurts to say, but I actually think Brogdon gets it. I think Brogdon staying in that truly in that 6-man role all year and being high quality in that consistently from start to finish. From what I've seen, I think he deserves that award with that Celtics squad, who was, again, hurts to say, but was impressive this year, being able to stay afloat as they did as a top seed, going through the changes they did with coaching and all of that. So I think Brogdon, this is his first year there, right? Or it's his second year?
His first year.
First year there too in Boston, being able to slot right into that spot, as many people saw, had envisioned, but it actually come to fruition. I think he deserves that quickly, as good as quickly was as well. So I see it for any of them, but I think Brogdon gets it. Vic, what you think?
Nah, I get that. I'm going to use my time here to actually give Bobby Portis some appreciation. I feel like people don't appreciate Bobby Portis being like the soul of that Bucks team and how pivotal he was. Not like the soul, but Bobby Portis is like a heart glue guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with that.
Heart and soul guy. Like obviously Giannis is like the engine that keeps him moving. You know, Brook, we're going to get into Depoy, but like, Brook's a Depoy finalist and like probably wins it, honestly. Spoiler for my pick later. But, you know, they have good bench pieces. But I think Bobby Portis is so pivotal to what the Bucks do and who they are. And he's not going to win the award. But I just wanted to give Bobby Portis some appreciation that I think a lot of people overlook him when you think about the Bucks. I think he's very important to what they do. His bench production's fantastic. He shoots well, a true modern big, you know, like stretches the floor. I have quickly also, and along the lines of what Alec was saying, I think you can't knock a 6-man for stepping up and starting when he's called upon. That's part of the gig, right? Is like you're the 6th man, but if the 5th man's gone, well, then you have to be able to slot into that, 5th spot. At the same time, though, Brogdon, elite production off the bench. I'm going to go quickly because I think his second half of the season was nuts. Again, I picked him up in fantasy, so I followed him very closely the second half. Okay. And bro was going off. So I'll go quickly.
For sure. Very, very cool. You brought up the impact of Brook next to Bobby Portis, so let's go ahead and jump into the Defensive Player of the Year picks. Brook is one of those options alongside Jaren Jackson Jr. and USC's finest, Evan Mobley. How do you guys have Depoy going? I'll go ahead and start off with that.
I actually have Jaren Jackson Jr., which I don't know. It pained me a little bit. I think because I'm slightly a Grizzlies hater. But I think Jaren. No.
We hate everyone on this pod.
the hater cast.
The one I'll stand on the most is that I hate Chris Paul. As you can see in my tagline, Chris Paul.
We get it.
Jaren Jackson Jr. He's been great defensively all year. The one major drawback for him is that he fouls a lot, as we all know, I think. But he's leading the league in blocks. I believe he's at like 2.5 blocks, a steal and a half as well. He's the anchor for that Memphis Grizzlies defense. A few other guys are like top 10, top 15 in defensive win shares because he's also on the team too. So I think Jaren Jackson has a slight edge over Brook Lopez, who has been great all season as well, especially as a rim protector. But I think it's Jaren Jackson, and salute to Mobley as well. But I think Triple J's got the award for me.
Real quick, I agree with that as well. Though I do see the growth that Evan Mobley is continuing to make, and I like Brook Lopez. Jaren Jackson definitely has made him to a force in Memphis there, and we'll see how much he's able to continue that in the playoffs against the Lakers. As we said, it's going to be a struggle in our last episode, so we'll see. Vic, what you think?
So big segue guy. See, I mentioned Brook on the last part. This one's close. I think for most of the season, I would have said JJJ for a lot of it. He's been fantastic on defense. Like we said on the pod yesterday, he does foul, admittedly, like gets in foul trouble. So that's a good point. I think I'm going to go Brook Lopez, and I think Brook Lopez's transition into a true rim protector is shocking. I mean, I didn't think his first however many years in the league, I think he was drafted in 2008. Never once thought of Brook Lopez as any sort of interior defender, let alone rim protector. I always thought of him as kind of a traffic cone big man in the lane.
He's evolved his game in a couple times, shooting a three too, and
dude, the 3-point shoot. I mean, he's one of the league leaders, I think, in 3-point percentage, and certainly among bigs. So I think I'm going to go Brook. Leads the league in blocks. I think he leads the league in other stats, probably like altered shots or shots contested at the rim, something like that. And I think playing the center position next to Giannis and being able to truly guard bigs frees Giannis's game up. It keeps him out of foul trouble, and it makes the Bucks a more versatile defensive team. So I think that's also really key and really important. Now that Brook can truly guard the paint, it frees Giannis. Giannis can be a roamer. He doesn't have to guard those bigs and get in foul trouble. So I'm going to go Brook Lopez on this. I think it's close. I think the vote ends up being really close. And again, Evan Mobley had a good year, but it's between JJJ and Brook Lopez. But I think I'm going to go Brook.
Yeah, being able to do that while not necessarily being a star either, which saves the Bucks some money to use on other guys. Being able to retain Chris and Drew and all the other guys along Giannis definitely is very impactful too. So you definitely salute to him for maximizing his role and being a guy that potentially can win this award. So great stuff there. And you talk about guys altering their games and improving their game. We'll go ahead and jump into most improved player. We got a great race this year. Jalen Brunson.
Hey, segue pod.
King. Give me my respect, man. Quit playing with me. See the way it is. We flow over here. But Jalen Brunson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Larry Markkinen for most improved player this year for the award. Any of these guys, again, they're the finalists for a reason. Had very impressive years and very deserving of this award. Which way you leaning, Vic? I'll start with you this time.
Okay. I think something off the bat that hurts Shai is that his rise has been very steady. It has not been like necessarily meteoric. He took a jump this season, obviously. Yeah. But it's the tea leaves have been him trending up for a while now. Right. So the reason I'm going to go with Markkinen is he kind of had that down, like he's kind of had some down or like weird years already at the beginning of his career or like where I think people were like, wait, maybe he's not that good. And then this year, phenomenal for Utah. I mean, the way he's played has been, I was surprised, frankly. I wasn't writing him off necessarily, but I was definitely hopping on the, maybe he's not him, after the Arizona is, as you guys know, like
they were sleeping on the kid, G.
Yeah,
right. They don't know ball. It's all right.
We're Wildcats over here, buddy.
Yeah, we knew.
I came around this season. I'm going to give it to him because I think, again, when I think of MIP, I think that jump is very important. And I think his jump, and same thing, that kind of hurts Brunson because Brunson was very good last year. And he did make
playoffs.
He did make a jump, pivotal in the playoffs, playing right next to Luka. I'm giving it to Laurie because I think jump was more dramatic.
Don't try it, G. He tried to stick Din Shitty in there.
Din Shitty. Hey, I'm logging off. Writing. He's writing. Go ahead, Alec.
I think the thing that like hurts Shai is he's kind of like the Ja Morant of most improved players. Like Ja won the award, but I really don't feel like Josh should have won it because he, like Shea, had that superstar type of incline that Vic is talking about. I think it's Lauri's award for sure. The jump they made. Utah probably makes the playoffs if they don't trick off a couple of these games by doing a little bit of tanking, some low-key tanking.
Some Wembanyama-itis.
Exactly.
Those injuries.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Colin Sexton was out for like 20 games.
Yeah.
Came back to the Laker game and then sat again the rest of the season after.
Colin Sexton, I think, missed 25 out of the last 26 games of the season. And the one game was against the freaking Lakers. Good point, D. Good point.
Yeah. They definitely there was some intentional resting there for sure. Lauri was resting a couple games. I know because he was on my fantasy team, and omitting probably some. So yeah, I think that they could have been a playoff team, and that was a huge shot. They were one of the surprise teams of this year too, and Lauri was one of the major reasons for that. I think Jalen Brunson was great and leading the Knicks back to a top playoff spot. But I think it's Lauri's award to lose. So I got Lauri.
Bear down. I'm with you on that.
Yep.
Bear down. I'm with you on that. He definitely is in that Josh situation. Jalen is great as well, but going for Lauri, seeing his bounce back up to a top player that we all Arizona fans we knew him to be. Going just through his three. You talk about Vic, his progression. Starting off as a power forward, he was the baby unicorn type guy, Porzingis type guy. Now passing Porzingis in many people's eyes and things of that nature. He was on the Cavs last year and was a small forward in that the trees lineup they had. And everybody's like, what's going on here? But he really certified himself in that position and carried it on in Utah and continues to show that he's top tier. Alec had him as an all-pro or all-NBA guy. So yeah, he definitely is a talent that needs to be appreciated. And I think he's most deserving of this award over the other two, as great as they have been. So great stuff there. Another award for the players is the Rookie of the Year. It seems like it should be a runaway, but in regards to the official vote, when Utah had a guy playing favoritism, trying to lie about analytics and all of that, and give Walker a vote. It already seems like Paolo was the guy. Y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I was say there goes the advanced stats nerds that we were talking about again.
You gotta stop giving advanced stats votes for these awards, bro. He tried in the Twitter thread. He tried to explain it, and everyone was just flicking him. They're like, "Stop."
And then he had Paolo third too, not even second. He doubled down on it. No, Paolo clear runaway. I looked at because I didn't even know his just individual counting stats that he was at 20-7 too, as a rookie. Yeah. He's the clear runaway Rookie of the Year for sure. He's the most polished of all these guys. I think he will be the best of all these guys, and I think he has the best individual season of all these guys. Jalen Williams and Walker Kessler came on hot probably halfway through the season and continued that till the finish, and they've been great rookies as well. But it's Paolo's award for sure.
Agreed.
Yep.
I agree. All right, so that's it. I think the last real one is Coach of the Year, but we already know how that goes. Mike Brown has already been given that award.
No debate.
Not over there. All praise. Any quick comments on what he did this year?
No, just what I said yesterday. Where was this for the Lakers, my man?
What is the Princeton offense?
Yeah, the Princeton offense. It was not clicking, my guy. But yeah, so salute to Mike Brown in that getting that head coaching gig again and taking the Kings to a top 3 seed in the hotly contested West.
Any thoughts on the other finalists? Like, should anybody else get robbed as a finalist?
Not robbed, but I think Dagnall was great for the Thunder. They were a surprise to be a competing team, and then Mazzulla was very steady for the Celtics. I thought personally that losing Ime, it was going to hurt the Celtics, knock them down a couple notches, but they stayed at a 2 seed. So salute to him.
Yeah, I don't have many coaching notes. I kind of wanted to throw Darvin. I wanted to throw a Darvin Ham take out there, but we'll save that.
I can't in good faith do that. But
no Darvin Ham talk because then
I tried it too. Honestly, I tried it too early on in the year, but I can't do it right now.
Mike Brown, bringing the city of Sacramento back to the playoffs and making them not just relevant, but like we said yesterday, trust your eyes, good. This Sacramento team is good, and I think they're buying into Mike Brown, and they trust Mike Brown, but more importantly than that, I think they respect Mike Brown. And I think that's an underrated thing in the NBA is like, do your players truly respect you? And I think people take that for granted. I don't think respect is just given just because you're the head coach, you know, and I think they truly respect Mike Brown and trust him. He's done a phenomenal job, coach of the year for sure.
And they've low-key been the most consistent team in the West.
Crazy.
Like they all have question marks. They still have question.
Man.
They still have question marks because
you,
they're
man.
young, but they've been the most consistent team in the West.
Trust your eyes. I'm trying to tell you.
Eyes, I love
good stuff here. That's all for the real awards. Now for the fun stuff that we're really here for. We have our own group of awards that I wanted to get into. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, G. I just wanted to give De'Aaron Fox the nod for a clutch player of the year.
Did I forget that? My apologies. I think I have it on here.
I think he's leading the league in like clutch points for the year by like 35, 40 points. He's been
What's
the
the
most
criteria?
clutch
Again, Alec, it's like fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think it's fourth quarter in like games that are like within maybe it's 5 points, like late in the game.
I think 5 within.
What do you say, G?
Yeah, fourth quarter within 5 points, something like that. He sent the ball in the basket. So salute to him. He's been carrying things on very, very well there in Sacramento. Love what he's doing. Excited for the playoff we're about to go on. So that now is the last of the real stuff.